Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and a puzzle today by Jobo, who of course featured in Skojo Jobo, the triumvirate who created the rather brilliant patron reward pack that riffed on their identity and whether they were clones of each other. Well, they're not, and Jobo is one of them and has created a colourful lines puzzle. One of two colourful lines puzzles that I've seen hanging around recently. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to look at this. This is, well, it's got a really, really simple rule set, and I'm intrigued by it. It's just a very nice design. We'll look at this in a moment. First of all, don't forget, of course, on Patreon, you can watch Simon's Long Solves, my connections videos, my crossword videos, you can get the patron rewards. This December, of course, we have Swipe Right, and solution videos will come out to that before Christmas, I guess. Actually, it's a single video, I think, for the solution to that one. Not sure. Anyway, that's coming out. We've also got loads of other content on Patreon, and we've got all of our apps on the links under the video, including Line Sudoku, just like today, and Fog Sudoku, our latest app, which is proving extremely popular. You can also support SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD and get a copy of that at the links under the video, and even our merchandise if you are so minded to do. But this puzzle is intriguing. I will tell you the rules and you'll see why it's intriguing. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits along a line sum to the same value for each row the line passes through. So this is not a region sum lines, this is a row sum lines. In fact, it's called row sum lines. But I love the fact that with this idea, Jobo has been able to create a puzzle with just 4 lines in it. Obviously the colours are just so we can distinguish the lines from each other. Just 4 lines in it, and no given digits and no other clues. What a genius Jobo is. What an idea this is. I have no idea how it's going to play, literally none at all. I'm just going to crack straight on with it and say, let's get cracking. So how do we crack this? What we want is a line where there is 1 cell in one row and 3 cells in another, like green. Gosh, that's not going to happen in blue. But it is happening in green, so I can say that this digit, the single one, is 6, 7, 8 or 9. And that's going to be, this might be a colouring puzzle. That's going to be the same as that digit, which is the only version of it in row 2, and that one, which is the only one in row 5, and that one, which is the only one in row 7. So let's colour those blue. They're the same digit every time. They're always 6, 7, 8 or 9. Now this may be how to go about it. I'm not going to worry about the smaller digits on that line. I'm going to look at the other lines and where they have single passes through rows, because they must always be the same. So let's call those orange on the blue line. We know it's not the same as blue because obviously these orange cells see blue cells. But this digit could theoretically be as low as 3. It couldn't actually. It couldn't actually be as low as 4 either because of these 3 cells in column 3. If this was a 3, for instance, the 2-digit portions of that line would always be 1, 2 pairs. And then you'd have too many 1s or 2s in column 3. The same would be true if we had 4 here. So 5 is the minimum for orange. Now, do we get a digit in pink? Yes, we do. There it is. There it is. Once in row 6, once in row 8. So this isn't blue or orange. Let's make it red. This only has 2 cell pieces. Now, I've got to be careful this time because these 2 cell pieces, yes, okay, there are 3 of them in columns 5 and 6, so it's exactly the same argument as for orange. 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. Now yellow has 2, 1, 2, 1. There it is again. 2, 1, 2, 1. So, but now this time This time I can't say it's necessarily more than 3 in the green, because all of these highlighted dominoes could be 1-2 pairs, and that would work fine. So green is the same wherever it appears throughout the puzzle, but, and it's not blue, orange or red because it sees them all, but it could be a 3 or a 4. Now that's useful because it's in the 3-cell portion here. And it's not in the 3-cell portion here. Right. Then I now know that blue is not 6 or 7, because if blue was 6 or 7, these 3 would have to be the same digits as these 3. And if they included green once, they'd have to include it again, and they clearly don't, because green in row 8 is there. So blue is now definitely 8 or 9. And these are differently made up versions of that 8 or 9, and they include green. But since I've been able to say that green could be 3 or 4, that's not actually that powerful. Now, can I do any Sudoku with the colours? Is there not some I can do? Orange could be in any of those cells in box 5. No, orange isn't good. How about blue? Yeah, that's interesting. Where's blue in this box? It's ruled out of those cells by Sudoku. It can't be on the green because blue is not green. Now that leaves these 3. Can it possibly be on the blue line? The only way that could work is if that was an 8-1 pair. And look, here's why that doesn't work. It's beautiful. If that was an 8-1 pair, that would be a 9. But these 3 digits would have to be 2, 3, 4, also adding up to 9. And that would be a clash. So blue doesn't go there. Blue must go there in box 4. This is very clever, Jobo. I'm seeing some of the genius already. I'm now marking places where, oh no, blue can't go there because we've got a blue here. So I can place blue in box 3. And blue is in one of those 2 cells. Now, can I rule it off the pink line by a similar process somehow? If blue was on the pink line, it would have to be an 8 with a 1 adding up to a 9 in pink, in red. See, that I can't rule out, I don't think. This would be a 1. Is there a problem with that? And blue would be an 8. So that would be another 1. I would know that, because if blue was an 8, that would be an 8. These 3 would add up to 8 and would have to have a 1 in. And if there was a 1 here, that would stop this being a 1. This can never be a 1 because it's the sum of at least 2 digits. And therefore, the 1 would have to be here on the 3-cell segment. Now, we've also got a 3-cell segment here. So if there was a 1 there, there'd be 1 over there. It seems okay. I mean, I find it unlikely that blue is on the line here, but unlikely is not the same as impossible, as Sherlock Holmes will tell you. Now, green cannot be anything above a 6 and sit in this trio adding up to something like that. So it is from 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's interesting, because now there are only 2 ways to make up green in 2 cells. Isn't that interesting? I don't know. I'm suddenly feeling it's not that interesting. Well, no. I mean, I guess all of these cells I've highlighted have to be below 6, obviously. They're all from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, green. I can place green in column 3. Ooh, and it's on this line. So 3, 4, 5 or 6 plus that, which is different, equals 8 or 9. So this is somewhere between 2 and 6, this digit. Oh, and it's not 2 because this digit, let's call it grey for now, equals the same as those two, because green plus those two equals blue, and green plus grey equals blue. So those two sum up to grey, so that is at least 3 as well. Now, oh, we've got these two add up to blue. I've never noticed that. So red is not 9, clearly. And this is somewhere between 1 and 4, I reckon. Hadn't noticed that, sorry. Now, down here, orange is not made up using a green down here. In fact, green is in one of those positions on this pink line. That's quite interesting too. Do we know anything about green when it's adding to pink? No, not yet. Green is off here. Oh, I mean, this is just getting fascinating. Okay, if green's on that pink line, the other digit it's with is the other digit it's with in one of those two. Oh no, that couldn't be blue and green because there'd be a minimum of 11 between them. Oh, this is intriguing. Right, this pair also doesn't have a green digit, nor does that pair. Nor does that pair. Right, and I'm now going to allege that there have to be more than 2 ways. Is this what I'm going to allege? Right. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Sorry, I'm getting confused about orange. It's blue that is made up by green and grey, and also by red and something else, which can't be grey and can't be green. Let's just call it yellow for now. Red and yellow equals green and grey equals blue. These two added together equal grey. It's getting intricate now. You may think it was intricate before. You'd probably be right. How am I've coloured blues as far as I can. Greens I sort of stopped. There's got to be a green in one of those cells and in one of those 3. But down here, I don't know. Just off this line is all I do know. Red is in one of those 2. Right, red is not there because red plus X can't equal red because we can't put a 0 in for X. So that's red in box 2. And then one of these 2 is red and one of these 2 is red. For this to be red, here's a lovely reason why this cannot be red. Because down here, in one of these pairs, green plus something equals red. So green is less than red. This would make red less than green. Well, those 2 propositions can't simultaneously hold sway, like Schrodinger's cat. So red is not there. Red is there. Now it's not in the corner, it's there. Then red is in one of these 2. Now, I think I can swing the same thing with red is smaller than blue here. So red, oh no, this is nonsense. I would be comparing red to orange on this line. I'm getting confused because we're on a blue line. Oh, I can place red in box 9. So then I can get it off that line in box 7. And that's all the reds placed. Oh, I like this. This is an intriguing colouring puzzle now. So we've done as many blues as we could. We've done reds. We were going okay on greens, but we ran out of steam. Oranges were more difficult, I think. I've still got those places for orange. At some point, we're going to get numbers, and that's going to be the tipping point. We're going to get one number in the grid, and that's going to make a huge difference. Ooh, box 2 for orange now. Sorry, Eric Veneto, I know you don't like me drinking in your time, but I'm afraid I'm just playing this puzzle in a relaxed manner. So orange is in one of those 2 cells, and orange plus something equals red. So orange cannot be a 9 or an 8 anymore, because red is limited to 8 at the maximum. So the other digit up here is 1, 2, or 3. Maybe I should be just seeking out 9s. If blue is not 9, I can place blue in box 2, definitely there. And then in box 5, definitely there. Yeah, that's not going to work. Right, let me just check that. In fact, I can maybe check it by just looking down this column. Where is 9 in this column? We already know it's not orange, because orange is less than... Well, hang on, have I got this wrong? I said orange was less than red somewhere. I think I've made a mistake with that. Well, no, I have... Well, okay, I know orange is not 9 because of these. Ah, that's how I know orange is less than 8, because I got red as not 9. When did I get that? I'm literally trying to retrace my steps a bit here. Oh, red is not 9 because it appears here in a twosome. Orange is less than red because orange is now in one of those. That's how we know. So orange is not 9. That's not 9. This is on a twosome. Red is not 9. We know that because of this pair. That's on a twosome. That's on a twosome. I'm looking up column 4. That's on a threesome. That's on a twosome. That's on a twosome. This is the only place for 9 in column 4. So blue is 9. That's official. Now, I said that might be a tipping point. I'm not so sure when we get to just isolating 9. Now, this is either a 3-6 pair or a 4-5 pair. And that means that if green is 3 or 6, anything that's not grey, that's tricky because grey could be the same as yellow or something. I might, okay, I'm not going to make any deductions about that, but I know orange is up here, and it's 5, 6, or 7. So red can't be 5 anymore. Red is now 6, 7, or 8. This digit can't be 4 anymore. These two add up to 9. These 3 add up to 9. Orange is in one of those 2 cells. And one of these 3. And up here, one of those 3. Now, if it's in one of those 2, then that's a pair the same as that pair, because they all add up to red. And then that must be the pair in row 3. Is that telling me anything? Not really. I do like this. This is very clever. Okay, green. Well, what interested me about green earlier is green has a maximum of 2 makeups. And everything on its line is less than 6. So maybe my next question, I'm going to have to find a column where there's only one place for 8. Actually, let's go back to column 4. Where can 8 be? Oh, it's gorgeous. It works again. 8 can't be in those cells because they're in twosomes adding up to orange, which we've now restricted to 5, 6, or 7. So the only place for 8 in this column is red, and red is 8. And we've got all of those done. Now I'm going to try the same question. Where's 7? And it can't be here or here again because these two have to add up in each domino to orange, which can't be more than 7. So orange is 7. And now we have got a breakthrough, surely. Or maybe, no, yes, we have up here. There's a 7 on this line, and it's adding up to 8. So that's a 7-1 pair. Now that lets me take 1 out of a number of cells. We now know that the minimum of these two is 5. So green is now 5 or 6. And it's made up of either 2, 4 or 2, 3. So I'm taking 5 out of these cells. Well, not out of these. Well, I'm taking 5. No, I'm not taking 5 out of those. They could be 5-1 pairs. That, however, has a 2 in it. So does that pair. This pair add up to 7. And they have 1 digit out of 2, 3, 4 in. So they're either a 2-5 pair or a 3-4 pair. Oh, I don't know. Now, 8. Does that, this can't have a 2 in. Could it be 3-5 here? That would be a 6, that would be 2-4. Maybe it could. Irritating. I think we're doing fine though. So I just need to go nice and slowly and make sure we get this. Yellow has become a 1. That's very clear on this pair. 8 and 1 equals 9. Now these pairs both add up to 8 and they don't include a 7. So they're using 2, 6 and 3, 5 in some combination. And that means everything else in the box is 1, 4 or 9. Well, we know where the 9 goes now. It's in these cells. And these two have no colour that we can assign. This is a 1 and a 4 in box 8. Now that makes this a 6 and a 3 in the 7 sum. This sum is not 6, 1. It's 2, 5 or 3, 4. This pair is not 1, 7. It's 2, 6 or 3, 5. This pair is not 2, 6. It's 1, 7 or 3, 5. I don't think the oddness of those digits is what we're looking for here. We've got all the 9s and 8s. How are we doing on 7s? There's a 7 in one of these cells. There's a 7 in one of those, but it doesn't have to be in on the line, I don't think. I need to do some more with one of the lines somewhere. Is it green? 2, 3 or 2, 4? Now, here, those add up to 8. So they're either 2, 6 or 3, 5. Now it can't be a 2, 3 pair here. But I don't know what I'm actually adding up to. Similarly, this can't be a 2, 3 pair. So if we're adding to a 5 total, it's 1, 4. If we're adding to a 6 total, can it be 1, 5? Oh, bother, I think it can. I don't see what I'm missing. Maybe it's time, oh, look at this digit. This is not 6 anymore. This is 3 or 4 to make the 9 total. So that's a 2, 3, 4 triple, and this is 5 or 6. And now this pair doesn't have a 5 or 6. That's a 3, 4 pair. This does become a 1, 7 pair. That's a naked 2. It sees 3, 4, 9, 8, 1, 7, and a 5, 6 pair. So that's a 2. This is 5 or 6. This is a 1. Those we still don't know. But let's see what else that has done. Not as much as I thought. That 2 can come out of this cell. That 1 can come out of this one. Oh, that 1 has resolved the 7, 1 pair. There is a 1 down here. Ah, this needs a 1, 2 or a 1, 3 pair to go with the 5 or 6. I had forgotten to consider that for a long time. So one of those is a 1, and now the 7 total here is either 2, 5, and we know which way round that would be, or a 3, 4 pair. And in fact, these digits, they add up to 9, and 7 is 16. They must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and that tells us what green is. 5 is not an option. 6, 1, 2, and that's a 3, 4 pair. And this is 5 and 7. We know the order, and I think we're on the homeward stretch now. That's become a 2, 6 pair. These are 3, 4, 7. Now we've got 3, 4, 9, 8, 7, 6. So these are from 1, 2, 5. And that's a 1, 2, 5 triple. This has become a 3. That's a 4. That's a 1. The 3 has fixed these 8 pairs. 6 is green, so it must be there. Not there. So that's 6. That's 2. 1, 7, 5 to place in the bottom row. No, I don't know about that. That must be a 2, 3, 4 triple. That's a 5. Now this 6 pair is a 4, 2 pair. 1 in the corner. A 5, 7 pair over here. That's a 1, 6 pair, and we know the order. Let's make all our 1s yellow, and that's not a 1 now, so this is a 2, 5 pair, making 7. I still don't know here. That's not a 3, and it's not a 4 by Sudoku, so this is now a 1, 5 pair. And that is 3 or 4. I thought the column would tell me which was which. I can put in 1, 7. The 7 is orange, the 1 is yellow. It should give me, this is the last yellow in column 4, and that's the yellow in column 4. So they're both 1s. Then I can fill in, I think I'm going to say everything else in the puzzle at this point. I mean, I'm not 100% sure of that, but it seems to be all working very nicely. That's a 5. I can add up, that is a 4, that's a 3. There are 2, 4 pair. We've got a 3, 6 pair over this side. That's a 5. That's a 5 in the corner as well. 3, 4 are done in columns 1, 2, and 3. This is 3. That's 4. That fixes 3, 5. First 6 columns all complete. Now, the 5, 7 pair at the bottom here are done. That fixes 7 in row 6. All my 7s are done and can go orange. So that's a 3. This is 2. 2, 6 here are resolved. That fixes 3, 6. Now presumably I could get rid of the colouring there and do all my 6s as green. Get rid of the grey single digit there, and I think we're finished. 2, 4, 3. What a lovely, clever puzzle that is. Beautiful. Solve counter exactly 200. Nice. But that is a really neat puzzle. Row Some Lines by Jobo. I recommend it highly. I've enjoyed that one. As with especially Jobo's puzzles in the clone pack. It was excellent. So there we go. Thank you for watching. We will see you with more Sudoku again tomorrow. Bye for now.